The time has come. I've been saying I would make this video for over a year since Cedar Point Road Trip 2, the Disney Danceroo. And now I'm here on my cruise, and I've kind of run out of things to do, so I'm going to make it here with this nice scenic ocean view. But anyway, this is the story of the Panda Hat. Alright, so this goes back to one time when Spencer and I were at Universal Studios, specifically Islands of Adventure, and we were riding Jurassic Park, and there was like an error in the ride or something, but also we always get in the express line, and the guy doing the express passes we just happened to talk to him because we got stuck waiting at the ride where he was, and he was pretty cool. His name was Elliot, and he said, "Hey, I normally work at Men in Black, and I'll be over there later if you guys want to meet up or whatever." And so later in the night, we went to the Men in Black ride, which is the Buzz Lightyear ride for Universal. And we rode the ride with him, and it was a fun time, and we became friends with him on Facebook. And later, I went back to Universal with Spencer and one of his friends, Paul, and we rode Men in Black, and Elliot was working, and I get in the car for the ride, and I see a panda hat, and I was like, whoa, someone left their hat here. That's pretty cool, though. I want it. And so I put it on and was prepared to make it mine. But then Paul took it off my head and was like, "Hey, Elliot, someone forgot this hat." And I was like, and Elliot took it. And I was like, I liked that hat. So we went through the ride. And then Spencer had learned about immigration tours on the ride. And so we went to do that. And we went backstage to wait for Elliot. And the Lost and Found was back there. And I saw the panda hat sitting in the Lost and Found. And I was like, "Elliot, can I have this hat?" And he's like, "I don't care." And I was like, and so I took the hat, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's probably got all sorts of AIDS and stuff on it." And I was like, "I don't care." And so people would always say, "So you stole the hat?" And my famous line was, "I didn't steal it, I just prevented someone from finding it." There's a difference. And so I took like a bunch of great pictures for my first time down at immigration, and with the hat on. And so it kind of became a symbol of good times at amusement parks. So I would always wear it to amusement parks. I wore it on a cruise. I wore it to state thespians, all sorts of places. It's like it's like the third Disney dancer, really. And especially because I found it within the year of forming the Disney Dancers with Spencer. So, yeah. So one of the famous running gags with the hat was that I would take it off and sit on it during rides so it wouldn't blow away and I wouldn't lose it. And then as soon as the ride would end, I'd quickly put it back on and go, had it on the whole time. Had it on the whole time. Sometimes hat it on the whole time as a pun, just because obviously I didn't, so it was a joke. And yeah, so that's like the phrase for the hat. And yeah, so I took it along naturally to Cedar Point Road Trip 2, the Disney Danceroo, where I rode the Maverick, and I sat on it like normal, but I was so hyped up from the ride, I just got up and I left it. And Spencer said, "Had it on the whole time," and I was like, I didn't have it on the whole time. And we like rushed up and tried to look for it, and we put in all sorts of lost and found reports, and it was not to be found. And I was just devastated because it was just like, it's just the symbol of fun times. This is my thing, the panda hat. And it was like famous for not having ears. And so Spencer was like, "I'm going to find you a new hat." And he spent like months and months searching for a new panda hat, but they all had ears. And so eventually he got me one for Christmas that year. And it was actually, he gave it to me the day after the 3-year anniversary of me finding it. So that was awesome, finding the original one. And he's like, "You can cut the ears off if you want." And I like thought about it for a while, but I decided to just keep them because like that's what's supposed to be there. and I considered cutting them off to make it look like. And we would ask random people at amusement parks and be like, would this look better with or without the ears? And they were like, with. And yeah, this one's kind of got the cone shape, but that's more or less the story of the Panda Hat.